Hi, welcome back to 55 Plus. So happy for you to join me. Today we're concentrating mostly on the lower body. With each exercise that we're going to do, I'm going to show you a demonstration first and then we proceed into the exercise. If any of the exercises are too difficult for you and you do need to sit that one out, just march on the spot and pick back up when we get to the next exercise. If any pain is caused throughout the exercise program, you might be able to limit your range ever so slightly with the exercise and continue to perform. But if not, once again, march on the spot and pick back up with the next exercise. Okay, so like we quite often do, we're going to start off with marching on the spot. And like I said to you, we are mostly doing lower body today, but we're going to warm up the upper body as well. Let's get that blood flowing and start to feel alive and awake and ready to exercise. Okay, so we're going to take our shoulder circles backwards, and as we start to increase the speed, increase also with your marching, let's start to bring those knees up a little bit higher. Okay, so a few of the exercises today, also you could use dumbbells if you want, and also if they're a little bit challenging, some of the exercises today, you could use a chair or a wall or a tree or a lamp post or whatever for a bit of extra stability. Okay, so I'm just going to face on the side and bring our feet up to our bums. And now we're going to take a push out to the front. And let's raise that up higher if you can, if you don't have any shoulder issues. Otherwise, just straight out in front of you. Okay, as I come back around to the front, we're going to continue with the marching. We're going to try and bring our knees up as high as we can. You don't need to bring it up as high as I am, but just bring it up as high as you can at this stage. Really starting to get that blood flowing and ready for the exercises that I've got ahead for you today. Okay, so I might open up our chest a little bit. And always the warm-ups that we're going to do are just designed to get your heart rate up, get that blood flowing. We don't do any static or stationary stretching. That's all at the end of the exercise program, where we'll need a mat or a towel, and we'll get down there, have a bit of a stretch of the quads and so forth. And most of the stretching will be done in standing position. Okay, cool. How you feeling? Good to go? Ready to exercise? Okay, great. So the first exercise we're going to do is called a thruster. Okay, so it is a lower body squat. There's an upper body movement as well. Okay, if you did want to use dumbbells, grab them if you've got them already. Otherwise, just let's get that technique down pat. Okay, so feet shoulder width apart. We want our knees in line with our toes. We don't want our knees to come over the front of our toes either as well. So really want to sit back into the squat whilst keeping your back straight. Okay, chest up, shoulders roll back, it'll help keep it back straight, and then straight up like so. Really important, we don't want our knees caving in or splaying out to the side. We want to keep them in those train tracks for the entire duration of the thruster. Okay, cool. So when we come up from the thruster, we're going to push up into the air with our arms, okay? If that's going to cause you any grief at all, you should just be able to push straight out in front of you. Bear in mind, if you are pushing straight out in front of you and you did have dumbbells, it's going to want to take you forward. Okay, so maybe keep the range in a little bit closer to your chest if you're using the dumbbells. Okay, cool, ready to go. We're going to concentrate on around 8 repetitions with each exercise. If you want to go faster than me, good, that's fine. If you want to go slower, that is fine as well. Just want you to do the exercise, do them effectively with a good technique. Okay, so here we go, down and up into the thruster. Okay, and that's 2. So just drawing your navel in ever so slightly. just to protect your spine. And that's 5, 6, 7, and one more. That's 8. Okay, good work. The next exercise we're going to go on to, we're going to do the skater, also known as the curtsy lunge. Okay, so I'm going to start off on my left leg. So the majority of weight is going to be on my left leg throughout this exercise. And we're going to curtsy down behind us like so. Okay, what we want to concentrate on is keeping our hips flat and square, parallel with the ground. We don't want them dropping down like that or raising up. Okay, so a lot of glute control with this exercise, a lot of balance. If you did need to grab hold of something, whether it's a chair or a wall, grab that and we can still do the exercise. Okay, so we're gonna do some on one side and then some on the other. So we'll do 8 or so each side instead of swapping it up. Okay, so exercise is with that right foot, I'm gonna bring that behind my left foot like so, and you can take that down as far as you want, okay? I don't recommend going down too far if you don't have the lower body strength or balance, or if you haven't done this exercise before, because it is a pretty challenging exercise. So in between each repetition we'll come up, we'll right ourselves, make sure we're stable, and we'll go back down into the next repetition. Cool, let's swap it up. Okay, so you're gonna find one side's a little bit stronger than the other. Okay, that's perfectly fine. So here we go, just drawing that belly button in ever so slightly, keeping the hips flat with the ground as much as you can. Okay, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, good work. That's a very tough exercise, that one, the old curtsy lunge. Fantastic for lower body strength and balance, mobility and all that other good stuff. Okay, we're gonna do some stepping over the logs now. Okay, so we've got an imaginary log here down the middle. We're gonna step up, over, and we'll straighten ourselves out after that. Usually I would come down and do a squat each side, but I'm gonna be kind to you today because we're already giving our lower body a pretty substantial workout. So it's up, over, straighten ourselves out, up, over, and the same thing that side. So the log can be as small or as big as you want it to be. It can be a stick if you want, but we don't need to go too high if you can't, because it is quite a challenging exercise in that you're spending a fair amount of time on that single leg. And a couple more. And that will do us for now. Let's have a bit of a shakeout. I'm going to go through that sequence again. I'm going to still work around the same repetition range, about 8 or so repetitions for each exercise. Okay, so if you'd like to grab a quick drink of water, grab that now. And when you're ready for round 2, let's do it. Okay, so straight into the thrusters, so feet shoulder width apart. We're going to have them on the railroads. Okay, so knees in line with their shoulders, tucking your belly button in ever so slightly, rolling your shoulders back, and as we come up, we're going to thrust up into the air with our upper body. Try and synchronize our breathing too. So anything where we're pushing against gravity, the tough part of the exercise, we're going to be breathing out. And let's go for one more. Okay, good work. Let's go. 2 skaters, straight into it. So you can start off the opposite side. This time we're going to do, let's go for 8 again. Once again, you don't need to do 8. If you want to do 6, if you want to do 2, that's fine. And if this exercise is too hard for you, you just march on the spot, have a drink of water, and pick back up when we're moving on to the next exercise. And one more. Good stuff. Okay, let's right ourselves. We're good, we're balanced. Let's go to the other side. You'll find that this is one exercise that the stronger you get in your lower body, the better mobility and more confidence you get, you'll be able to go right down. Okay, that'll do for that one. Stepping over logs. So legs are getting a little bit heavy now. That log needs to turn into a stick or even a twig. That's completely cool. As long as when we're stepping up and over, we want to keep our hips flat with the ground. Also, we want to be keeping your back straight, shoulders roll back, chest up, be proud. It is a tough workout. And done for round 2. Well done if you stuck with me. Okay, we're gonna go through that same sequence again, only this time we're gonna reduce the reps to around half or so. It's approximately 4 repetitions for each exercise. So we're gonna be a little bit kind. Okay, here we go, straight into thrusters. Really concentrate now as we're getting a little bit fatigued. We're gonna get that technique bang on. If you need to slow right down, that's completely fine. Okay, so feet shoulder width apart, it's down into the thruster, and pushing up into the air. And that will do it. Okay, straight into skaters. So 4 each side. 1, 2, bring yourself up, righting yourself. 3 and 4 as we get straight into the other side. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Good work. Okay, stepping over logs for the last time through. So up and over, straighten out. Up, over, straighten out. Okay, that will do. Let's have a bit of a shake out, drink of water should you want, and we'll go into the second part of the workout program today. So first exercise for the second part of the program, we're going to do some lunges. It's a challenging exercise for anybody, but if your lower body strength isn't up for it, make sure you grab hold of something that is stationary, that you can be safe and secure with, and really perfect your technique. We'll build that strength up over time, and in no time I'm sure you'll be able to do it without holding on to anything. Okay, so we're going to do a stationary lunge. So we're going to take one leg out in front and square our hips off. Okay, so we're going to sit down into the lunge. You can take it as far as you want, but you need to be really bang on with your technique. Okay, so to do that, we're going to make sure our knee isn't caving in that way or splaying out that way. We also don't want our knee to do that out over the top of our toes. We're going to go straight down. Okay, so using all the muscles we are supposed to be. As I get into position, bring my left leg out and square that hip off towards the front. And if you need to grab hold of something, do so. I'm going to go down into the lunge like so, and then up. So you put your hands wherever you feel comfortable with. drawing that belly button in ever so slightly just to protect your spine. Let's go for 2 more. And that's 7 and 8. Cool, good work. Let's take the other leg back. Square the hips off. And straight down into it. If you're finding your knees starting to cave in a little bit, just try and contract this glute here. Okay, so that hopefully will bring that knee out ever so slightly and in alignment with your toes where it's supposed to be. And 1 more. Cool, good work. Okay, so we're gonna do some calf raises now. Once again, if you need to hold on to something, you can do that. So simply going to be up onto our tippy toes and then back down to the ground. When you go back down to the ground, we want to lower ourselves whilst being in control. So you don't want to come up and then straight back down. Okay, so it's up and lowering ourselves down gradually and in control. Okay, so once again, if you need to hold on to something, go for it and down. And that will do us. Okay. So we go back through lunges again. Okay, so I'm sure you're feeling pretty fatigued now. I know my legs are starting to burn. Just take it easy, take it, only do half repetitions should you need to. Okay, let's go through the motions. Okay, squaring your hips off, facing straight ahead. Okay, getting that knee in alignment, and let's sit down into it. That's 1, 2. Really concentrate on your breathing too. So as we're coming up, should be blowing out. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good stuff. Let's swap it up as I fix my mat up. Okay, here we go. We're in a good position, yeah. Hips are squared off to the front, weight coming down through that front foot, the weight to be evenly displaced over your whole foot, so you don't want to be coming up on your toes and your heels. When you start to become a little bit fatigued, you start to lose your technique. It's common. I do it, everyone does it. That's why I'm here to teach you through and to remind you to maintain a good technique. By maintaining a good technique, you'll minimize the risk of injury. And not only that, you'll also be targeting the right muscles that we're trying to target. And a couple more. And done. Okay, great, good work. Calf raises now. So if you're holding on to something, if not, we're gonna come up, pause, and lower ourselves down. Probably a little bit challenging for you to see what I am doing, but I promise you I am coming up into a calf raise. And 2 more. And good stuff. Okay, let's have a bit of a shake out all over, mostly lower body, just to help get rid of some of that lactic acid that I'm sure is building up now. We're gonna go through that little circuit there once more. We're gonna do half repetition again, so 4 lunges or thereabouts each side, and calf raises, 4 of them, and then we're done. We're moving to our stretch and cool down. Okay, Ready for the last round of tough exercise for the day. Cool, let's do it. Okay, so coming out into the lunge position, squaring off those hips. We don't want it pulling back. We want it squared off. We're sitting down into the lunge. Three and four. Okay, let's go. One, two, three, and four. Good stuff. Okay, straight into calf raises. You probably notice when you're doing exercises like the lunge that one side is generally going to be a lot better than the other side. Whether it's better mobility, better strength, better balance, whatever. Everyone has discrepancies, usually one side better than the other. Some people, the genetic freaks out there, definitely not me, have equal balance, strength on either side, but usually there's quite a bit of difference. Anyway, we've finished the tough part of the exercise now. We're up to the fun part now. We're going to cool down, stretch. So grab a drink of water should you want. Okay, when you're in position, I'm going to take out one foot in front of the other. You come up into your heel like so, hands really on your knee and pushing down onto your knee. If you need to push down onto your knee, you might not need to. You might feel a stretch in your back of your leg here enough as it is. I know my hamstrings are quite often tight, so it's not too hard to get a stretch in my hamstring, but you could be different. You could have better flexibility than me. Okay, let's swap that up. The other side, really important. You want to still concentrate on all those good body positionings, such as keeping a flat back and chest out, nice and proud at the moment, even while you're stretching. Let's swap that up. And let's go back to the other side. So if you are feeling sore over the next day or so from doing this workout, which you very well might be, you might want to repeat this stretch sequence again. I suggest you maybe go for a walk and get that blood flowing, get those toxins taken away from your muscles at the breakdown of the muscles, and it really helps to replenish those muscles with all your nutrients that will be in your blood. Also too, I think it's really important any time of the year, especially when it's a little bit hotter, is to drink plenty of water, especially when you do have sore muscles. That'll help keep that blood nice and thin and floating around your body and doing what it needs to do, replenishing with nutrients, taking away all the bad stuff. Okay, last stretch and then we're done. Okay, so we're going to do this muscle here now. It's the adduction muscle. So we're going to put our weight, or the majority of our weight, onto this one leg here. Really important this one too, to bring your belly button in ever so slightly and feeling that stretch in your adductor. And let's swap sides. And we'll go and do that one second time through. If you're stuck with me today, even if you've done, the majority of the exercises, you've done well. It's been a very tough exercise program today. Like I said, you might be a little bit sore. As long as it's just in the muscles, that's completely fine. So give yourselves a pat on the back and well done. Thank you for watching.